Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to our very first podcast of 2017. It's been a while since we had one, so inshallah we'll make this a good one. So a lot has been going on the past couple of weeks that we would like to update you on. So we had two major events that we'll recap, and I have again Brother Arif here with me. So I'll ask him to recap about our town hall. It was pretty amazing turnout, and also talk about the Kids with Special Needs program. So Brother Arif, can you please recap?
Walaikum salam, Unesa. Salams everyone that's listening. This is our first podcast of 2017. Scheduling is very hard. Everyone has a busy schedule. And just to get together, to put this together, it's not easy. So thank you, Unesa, for making the time and then assembling and getting this out to the masses. Really appreciate it. There was a couple of big events over the past couple of weeks that I wanted to touch on. The first one is, and we talked about this in previous podcasts, that we were going to launch something new in 2017. It's our special needs families. Mm-hmm. It's something that we should have done before, and we just didn't for various reasons. But alhamdulillah, this is a first step, and we had our first meeting a couple Sundays ago, and it was a great turnout. I got to meet so many wonderful kids and so many wonderful families, and who demonstrated such courage and such strength. And, it really puts things in perspective. And this is something that we're going to continue. It's going to be a monthly effort. So, please, for those that are listening, if you know of any special needs families, that could be kids that are autistic or blind, handicapped in some way. And I'm learning myself, so some of these terminologies might not be correct or accurate, but every month I plan on learning some more. I really, myself personally learned so much in that first meeting. And like I said, I met these kids, and there was one young girl in particular that I had never met, but I known the parent, and she came up to me and hugged me and didn't even let go. And, it was such a warm feeling and something that just, melted my heart personally. And, and I realized that, something that we should have, like I said, I keep repeating things, that we should have started something around this a long time ago. We're partnering with an organization called Musin, and we've actually sent out a couple surveys to the community to find out what the needs of these families are in our community and what we can do better to improve, right? To make it a little bit more friendly environment at our masjid. One of the feedback that I received from the families is where do they come for Jummah prayer, because they don't want the kids to disrupt the Jummah prayer. And, these are things that we need to consider. Or when it's Eid prayer, how to, accommodate, for them to get in and out of the facility if it's outdoors at Roland Park or inside the masjid. Just even social gatherings, right? Sometimes, the kids don't get invited to every type of function that's out there for various reasons. And so we want to really change that culture and mindset from an ISCJ perspective. And every month, these families and these children are going to have a safe place where they can come and interact, and we can learn and support each other. And we're going to have activities, inshallah. So please keep an eye out for that. And again, this is not a one-time thing. This is going to be every month at ISCJ. So please be aware of it. Spread the word. I'm sure everybody knows a family that can benefit from this.
I'm sure that's awesome. I mean, I personally, with the background in psychology, I'm very glad we're doing something, and these individuals are part of our community, and we as community members should take initiative and make them feel welcome in our community. The other thing I would like you to recap is the town hall. It was an amazing. I saw pictures. I was unfortunately not able to attend, so I'm going to ask you to recap for all of us who were not able to make it. I noticed from the pictures there were Muslims and a huge crowd of non-Muslims present. The whole room was full, so I want to maybe recap some of the highlights of that town hall meeting.
Yeah, so Onesa, you were right. The pictures actually don't do it justice. It was a full house, standing room only. And this was a community town hall with our community partners, right? We had people from all over the area come through and attend from various churches and other nonprofit organizations. And we had a panel discussion. We broke it up into two different panel discussions, but we had our elected officials, we had, township officials, we had the clergy here. And there were some very candid, frank conversations around discrimination, around civic engagement, and how we can all better work together and to strengthen our relationships and our alliances with each other. and how to take more meaningful steps. What are some of the things that we can do beyond just having these type of gatherings, right? Okay, we have these gatherings, we take these pictures, but the conversation took a couple steps forward. Is like, okay, what's the next step? Like, for example, is can Muslim and non-Muslim organizations partner together and help a cause, help a homeless shelter, help a food pantry together, through resources, through volunteering, through financial means. So these are the type of discussions that really took place. And then also, we had the chief of police, Ray Huduka, here, who is a strong advocate for peace and harmony, and is always here to help us proactively, not reacting when there's a situation. And it was just really good to hear from him, Bonnie Coleman Watson, Andrew Zicker. Like I said, we had the Board of Ed. We had Harry Delgado here, who's the new South Brunswick Board of Education president. We had Uzra Beg, we had Joe Camerata, and again, we had Reverend Valerie, we had the bishop here, and it was just good to hear and ask questions and hear their responses and to get into that type of engagement with that. And it was clear that we still have more to do, and there was a clamor for us to hold more of these type of sessions too. So, inshallah, we'll keep working towards that. And on a related note too, in terms of similar type of initiatives, we do have an interfaith event coming up on Saturday, February 11th. And this is sponsored by the Boy Scouts of America, our very own Troop 114, led by Brother Safet Kadovic. It's going to be here Saturday morning, 10 a.m. And it's a uniformed event. There's going to be a religious award distribution, a collection for World Friendship Fund, and all these other things around chaplain aids and things of that. So it's really going to be a diverse group, a diverse audience. And these are the type of things that we as a community not only need to participate in, but to host. And we're very proud to host this event Saturday, February 11th at 10 a.m. Please mark your calendars for that.
Amazing. So guys, going back to DDP, this is your participation time. So mark your calendars and do come and be a part of this event. Last but not least, the most important thing for our community is endowment. So can we shed some light about what endowment is doing nowadays and what's to come?
Sure. But before I say that, I can't believe when I say you beat me to saying DDP. Okay. Usually I'm the one that has to say DDP. D for dua, D for donation, P for participation. So, it's something that endowment, and we have an endowment committee that's been working very, very hard and very diligently for the past 2 years. It's something that all organizations need to have for the long-term sustainability and financial viability of an organization. That's where like Harvard and Princeton and Rutgers and all these organizations have a strong endowment fund that helps fund some of their operational budget. And that's really our goal here. And we're slowly growing it. Right now our fund is approximately in maybe the $175,000 to $200,000 range. But we need to grow that, and we're working on that through various means, through donations, obviously one-time donations. We did a strong campaign at the end of 2016 on that. But we're also trying to educate the community about estate planning and wills, right? Because alhamdulillah, we have a large community, right? And everyone, Islamically should have a will. This is very important. And what we're asking the community is dedicate a portion, whatever you're capable of, or whatever you're comfortable with. The amount doesn't matter, but just allocate a portion to the endowment fund, right? Because our goal is to hit millions and millions of dollars. Because if you get a 7 to 10% return on that, you're talking about a 6-figure return, and that can tremendously help the ISCJ fund a lot of the things that you talk, the things that we want as a community: the programming, the salaries, the staff, the maintenance, the utilities, the landscaping, the snow removal. So that's what an endowment can help. But we need to build that endowment up now, so that way our future generations, 20 to 30 years from now, can benefit from it, right? So we're starting small, but again, we can't lose sight of it. Yes, we have capital projects and we're asking for membership and we're doing all these other things, but at the same time, if there's a way to do soft reminders and where you can donate to the endowment fund of ISCJ through various means, the most thing that we're focusing in right now is your will. If you don't have a will, please establish a will. There's plenty of Muslim lawyers that can help do that for you. And if you do that, we're saying when you do that is then allocate a fixed dollar amount or a percentage of your estate to ISCJ, and upon your passing, and that way you'll get Sadaqah Jariyah also with that. So please think about that. Also, you'll notice when you're 2017, the membership, when you're filling that out, there's an optional $25. Please donate to endowment. It's optional, but every bit helps. So even if you give that $25, now imagine if every single member did that. That adds up to a lot. So all these different initiatives will help grow our endowment pot, inshallah. Since I mentioned the membership of 2017, you will notice when you register for the fall school season or for ISCJ membership, the membership fee now is $425 for a family. That is the only thing we have increased. We haven't increased single membership or senior membership, but this is the first time we've increased the membership in about 5 or 6 years. And it's a fair, reasonable increase. It's nothing outrageous. It's $25. And again, this is so important because this is what helps us to make sure that we can keep this masjid running 24/7, 365 days a year. And we just have these increasing expenses, especially around safety and the staff expenses. So please, all these little things do make a little bit of a difference.
As you're saying this, I can't help but think back to when I was a kid and we didn't have the school building back there or brand new bathrooms that we have today or the wudu space or even the extra parking lot space. And we have so many new programs that capture different interests and different individuals. And it just goes to show that how rapidly our community is growing and more people are coming to ISCJ. And this rapid progress we have made in the past few years, and inshallah more to come, is through people's donations, and endowment fund is the best way to ensure our community's growth and sustainability. So I hope after hearing this, all of you go online to ISCJ.org, and on the left side towards the middle of the page you will see a link to the endowment page where you can actually donate. So with all your donations, inshallah, a day will come when we don't need to fundraise anymore for our masjid because we will have ISCJ endowment. Well guys, that's it for this week. I look forward to getting some feedback from you guys. As always, stay in touch with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.